Hello everybody, it's a City Mad Haven here today, and I just had a match in my T54E2. Sadly, I literally just closed out OBS, and I managed to get my hands on probably one of the hardest medals in the game to get your hands on. Let's take a look at the replay system and see how it has improved in the time it's been since I've last used it. This match that I played was high risk, high reward. I also told Blade that. Blade's also inside this match right behind us inside the Eradicator. He was having a pretty good game as well. But high risk, so taking a chance. Taking a chance is something that's always nice to do, especially if you know you're able to, depending on how your team is put together. This was a RBRT auto lock. In all honesty, that was all that was. Just a panic shot driving up a rock. Now, the T54E2, this is a tank that I'm working to get my hands on. A 3 mark on this tank. I really do enjoy the T54E2. I find this to be one of the top performers inside Tier 8, and if you guys don't have it, I do recommend to get it. However, it does lack a little bit whenever it comes down to penetration. 255 premium pen is a little bit on the lower side, but it is comparable to standard rounds of most tier 10s, about 3mm off, so it's not super bad. EBR Hosh right there, I pulled up in front of the bush to be able to take a blind shot to the Hosh while staying safe. And my goal this match is to try and get as close as I possibly can to the enemies, just to provide the view range and see how much I can do to assist the team. Now, I seriously don't even know what to say. There was no adrenaline at the end of the match. It was kind of strange to say that. None at all. Just, I had a plan in mind and I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I did it, and I pulled it off. So I'm gonna wait for that part to start popping up and have some brain farts and enjoy. As I'm quickly just turning everything down because my monitor still has volume coming through it. I'm just a Muppet all the time. All the time. Or headphones, so it's like I don't hear any background noise. I could have music playing. It's like, oh, I forgot about that. But jumping back into it, the T54E2, this tank, it's extremely versatile. So you have two choices between either the 105 that's a one-shot, or a 3-shot autoloader that takes 27 seconds to reload, while the single shot takes 9.7. I'm not using ventilation. If I was using ventilation, I can get that reload down to 9.5. Now, with the T54E2, the advantage is that this thing has got extremely good aim time combined with a decent reload. It's not the best reload inside of its class. It's not the fastest ever. It doesn't have the greatest DPM. But what it offers is a very decent turret. Even the hatch on top of this tank is 190mm. Reverse speed of 17 kilometers is also nothing to really laugh at either, giving this tank an extreme advantage over quite a bit on the field. Now, right here, this position, I wanted to just try and rush here as quickly as I could, just because I want to spot out the opponents off in the distance. I want to try and get as much assist damage as I possibly can to make sure that I'm working my way towards my 3 mark. I'm going to try and avoid doing tracking shots, which I already had a tracking shot this match, and it is what it is. But T54E2, it's extremely mobile. It sacrifices a little bit of armor to gain extra traverse speed, extra top speed, additional power to weight, and overall, this has got to be one of my favorite tier 8s, along with the Crevettes and the E75 TS. Those are my 3 favorite heavies. Right here, trying to pull out the beta shot, and in fact, I missed my round, and we're gonna have to slowly turn on him and then RBRT. But as you guys can see, the traverse speed of this tank, we were able to keep him in the front of us the entire time, which just, for a heavy tank, that's extremely mobile. It makes this tank in close quarters combat extremely hard to verse because its frontal armor is always facing you. Now, yes, I know. I have nothing but premium inside this tank. The match before, I had 15 standards, and I kind of got to the point where I'm like, I'm just going to drop the standard rounds, load nothing but premium, and this was the first match with the full premium loadout. Maybe you could say it's because I went full premium that I got the win. But it is what it is. Right now, it's a 5-5 right now. Blade's behind us, 27 hit points. We got an AMX in 445 that just took a 439 from the 50 TP, and then we have VK45021 getting clipped out. Oh no, not clipped out, just single shots from the cruncher. I wonder if the VK is going to get one more shot into that cruncher. I think he is. And right now I'm just taking pop shots across the way at a Tiger. I believe that last shell was a penetration, bringing him down to 255. And me, I'm trying to help out Blade because he's calling out the Dreadnought, coming over, taking my time to aim in that shot. Honestly, that was a extreme pixel shot on that Dreadnought. Seeing Blade just get knocked out, it is now a 1 versus 5 scenario. Here we go. We're going to take our time, aim, prepare that shot. There is no adrenaline at all. I am just playing, focused. I'm thinking ahead as much as I can. Okay, so right here, spot up the 50 TP. Make sure we're hauled down. Side armor, good shot. The reload on this thing, it's not much. You can't really laugh at it. 9.7 seconds is actually a very decent reload. Right here, we're going to be taking a shot from the T54E2 that's off in the distance. We did put 2 rounds, or I think 1 round into him before he managed to run away. Right here, Cruncher. I know that the Cruncher doesn't have the greatest turret armor, even with that additional spaced armor. Heat rounds is what suffers against the Cruncher. If I was firing heat, that would have been a bounce, but since it's APCR, it's able to actually go through spaced armor. Wanted to get in deeper right here, just because thinking ahead, and if you guys heard that, it sounded like barbed wire breaking apart, so I knew someone was right around that corner, which more than likely was going to be the Tiger. Coming up, here's the Cruncher. We're taking our time to aim in our shots. Not really worried about taking damage, just because we have 864 hit points left, reserving the hit points all the way up to this point to make sure that we're able to do what needs to be done. This match was just... This is the last match for my day, and I gotta say, this was a just phenomenal match. Because it wasn't long, it wasn't short. The very end game was just absolutely outstanding. So, 8 kills, 5,197 damage. It's going to kick us back to Garage. Or at least it should, knowing how the game is. We might lag a little bit. Sadly, though, I'm super sad I wasn't recording. I wish I was recording, because I would love to do some live commentary over that T54E2 match. That would have been amazing, just because you would have been able to see the way I was reacting to those situations, what I was focusing on, and you know what? I just need to start recording every single game that I play in and set up my captures to be able to record back. I want to start doing daily content, but it's going to be a struggle, and yeah, just a tad bit. So back to Garage. The game doesn't crash, that is, because the replays, each time I try to go into the replay system, it takes a year and a half to load, and then once it does load, then you have to quickly go over and tap my replays, because if you don't quickly move and tap my replays, then it immediately sends you back into a loading screen. So right here, last match, 13 minutes ago. Just barely played this match. It was 7 minutes and 34 seconds. So we have 5,197 damage dealt, 8 enemies destroyed, 20 direct hits, 1,304 assisted, and 1,050 blocked. Along with that, a Kolobanov's medal. I only have 2 of these now. And the first one I ever got was in the first year of the game releasing. I was one of the first people to get their hands on the T11 E5. I actually got my E5 within the first 3 official days of the game releasing. Keep in mind, beta testers, we had a week of early access, and I was not in school during that time 8 years ago. I remember that time. I had 1,000,001 energy drinks, and I stayed up for days straight with a week of premium. grinding out tier 7 premiums for silver, and just mowing through the American heavy line. A mastery badge, without a doubt, for 5,000 plus damage and 1,000 assisted. Radley Walters Devastator, Demolition Expert, which was on the VK30. Top Gun, High Caliber, Fire for Effect, Duelist, and on my way to the third mark of excellence inside the T54E2. Blade also had a pretty decent game with 2,000 damage, 3 assist. That's 3. Okay. I wonder. Oh, well, look, there's another 3. There's another 3. Is this a trend? Okay. But T54E2, I find this tank to be just an absolute overachiever in so many ways. So real fast, I'm going to go ahead and go over the equipment. We're running with advanced optics, advanced gun lane drive for the just the aiming speed, which gives you an just pure advantage, along with an advanced power terrain. This setup right here, it's highly mobile. It is made to come, hit a corner, stop, pull the corner, fast aim time, fire, back up. And inside that match, it showed off the way that I built this tank. Along with that, the commander inside this tank, we're going to be taking a look real fast at the skills. We have 6 Sense, Rapid Loading, Born Leader, Situational Awareness, Clutch Braking, which is one of the biggest reasons why you saw me rotating so fast, Steady Aim, Track Mechanic, Last Stand, which has now become one of my favorite perks to put on every single crew in the game, just because if you do hit that last little bit of hit points, it can make a difference in a brawling scenario, because you're going to be able to reload faster than your opponent if you're firing at the same time, and you're going to get the kill and survive and have your tank buffed up tremendously for quite some time. Along with that, off-road driving, just because it's a heavy tank, I like to take off-road driving on a lot of heavies, some medium tanks, quite a bit of tank destroyers, just because having off-road driving increases your power to weight on soft and medium terrain, makes it where you get up to speed quicker and you just move a lot faster, a whole lot more. Other than that, you guys, thank you for, sticking it to the end. Second Calabanos medal I've ever gotten in the game. I am super stoked about that. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I gotta say, I am just beyond sad that I was not recording the match. I wish I was. I'm gonna start recording more often. That way I don't miss out on those matches, because that one was one heck of a game. Other than that, you guys have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you guys all on the battlefield.